Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social and Association with Forged Irish Stout and Empire Fight Store down at Matchroom Gym today. Mr. Jimmy Sains, the man in front of me. No rest for you, clearly. There's a lot of gyms that aren't busy at the minute. This one, not one of them. Not everyone in here, but still pretty packed given that sort of festive season's approaching. I suppose just firstly, how are you, mate?
Yeah, all good, thanks. All good, thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your story, because you've been training in here for some time now, I believe, but it was always a matter of when you were going to turn professional. You've now done that. I believe your professional debut was the 30th of September on the Thompson Upper Tyre Car. Good research from me. And I just remember the place was absolutely packed. Eddie said to me that his daughter came along to watch you fight. Like, everyone from Essex was out there for you. It must have been a real special moment, a real good performance, and atmosphere like we'd see for some main event fighters, being brutally honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think for my pro debut, it's everything I could have asked for. Obviously, it's a bit of a big build-up. I've been in the Matchroom Gym training with Tony as an amateur. I suppose there's a bit of a spotlight on you, but to be honest, I took it on my stride. I felt good. I thought I boxed all right, to be honest. I thought I could have done a lot better. But, I mean, for the occasion and the turnout that I had, everyone coming from Essex, like you said, nearly the whole of Essex was there. It was great. It's a great night.
Do you feel the pressure? Because, like, they always say pressure makes diamonds, right? But obviously you're a young lad, you're 23. Look, we've seen you do it in the amateur game. Probably when you talk about pressure, when you've got Eddie Hearn, biggest promoter in boxing, singing your praises how he has, I know that piles on it as well. We saw some of the videos of your knockouts in the amateur days. When you're walking out, you feel that crowd. How does it affect you? Was it differently to when you've boxed in the amateurs? I know you used to have a good turnout there as well.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of pressure. Obviously, everyone's there to watch me. It adds a little bit, but I feel like, say, in the amateurs, I had a little bit of a crowd there, and I feel like when you get in the ring and that first bell goes, you sort of block everything else out, and then your main aim is boxing, obviously, to get the knockout, but obviously winning the fight and not getting hit, that's your main aim. Everything around the ring, everyone shouting out sort of blurs. Even though I did hear a little bit, a few people shouting out Sainsy's massive, I did hear a little bit. I was laughing to myself when I was in the ring. But yeah, everything else sort of just blurs out, and I think Tony's quite good at that. He keeps you grounded, he keeps you calm, and before in the changing room, just working on what I was doing in the ring, nothing else mattered. I just kept it to the boxing.
Talk about being under the tutelage of Tony Sims. What a coach, one of the best in British boxing. The stable of fighters that you've got around you. I mean, you've been in here for a long time now, but iron sharpens iron, right? And now you're able to do it on the pro level with them. Yeah,
definitely. I think Tony's a great coach. I feel like he don't just tell you something for the sake of telling you to do something because he's seen it online or a drill or something. He's telling you because there's a purpose. He tells you why you're doing that and then what you can do coming off that. Do you know what I mean? After that as well. He teaches you before and after. I mean, he's a great coach and he breaks everything down as well. He's also brilliant looking at a fighter and looking at their openings as well and breaking it down of what shots to throw.
I was going to pick up on that. I remember being in Guadalajara when John fought Canelo, and we'd always see Tony with a book, and no matter what book he was reading, it would always be something to do with boxing history, like a man who genuinely doesn't switch off, like studies the sport properly.
Yeah, I mean, he loves boxing. He knows everything about boxing from years ago, all the history. He knows everything, and that's exactly what you need in your corner. Do you know what I mean? Someone like that, knowing everything about boxing, building a great game plan into the fight. That's what you can't ask for no better.
2-0 now. Lots of activity. We know that with yourself, Maisie, George, you're going to be given lots of opportunities, whether it be on the undercards of the lads in here or obviously thought very highly of under the Matchroom Boxing stable. 2024, just loads of activity for you. And like, do you have like a vision of where you want to be going into 2025? Do you know what I mean? How would your next 12 months pan out?
Yeah, I mean, I had a week off after my last fight and straight back into camp, training straight away. I know, obviously, like you say, Connor and John have got big fights coming up, so straight back into sparring with them, straight back into camp. And I mean, that's how I want to be going on 2024. I ain't really got time. Like Eddie said in my last fight, I ain't got time to be going on holiday and taking my time. I've got to be in the gym, learning my craft, the pro craft, and hopefully I can be as active as I can. 4 or 5 fights next year, hopefully, and keep the ball rolling on 2025.
Potential little US debut next year?
I would love to, yeah. I would love to, yeah.
What dreams are made of, right?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. That's what Eddie needs to sort me out. Little America trip, little away day, definitely. But even not that, even just like going over there and doing some training, be a great experience.
John Ryder's fight with Jaime Munguia, what do you think? A lot of people favour John going into that one.
I think obviously, I think he's 42-0, is he? But I don't think he's fought anyone like John. I don't think he's in and around that level, but John's been that level for years, and he's proved that he deserves to be at that level. I think after the Canelo fight as well, even though he didn't get the win, it's an incredible fight. He took great confidence from that, and going in his back garden, calling him on, made a great account of himself. So I feel like moving forward, John's at that level. He's proved that level with Canelo. So I feel like John can get him out there, yeah.
And then just finally on Conor, Chris Eubank has lost his pen, as he says. Looks like that fight won't be the next one happening. He says 2024 world title charge. You fully believe that 2024 is the year that Conor Benn becomes a world champion?
Yeah, I think Conor's looking great in the gym at the minute. I think 147's obviously, that's his aim, that's his main focus. Feel like the history behind his family, both their dads, obviously having 2 fights, that's why that fight made itself. But I feel like if that fight is there, Conor will take it, but if not, he'll get straight back in and fight someone else. I don't think Conor ain't fought a lot in the last 2-3 years, so I think his main aim is getting back in the ring, getting active and being world champion, which I think he can do.
Well, Jimmy, top man, as always, thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social. We look forward to seeing how your journey pans out in 2024. We know an exciting one inbound. Final message to your fans and supporters? You're gaining them now.
Yeah, getting a few, just, I'm not sure.
Put you on the spot there.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Jimmy, top man, thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social.